our trust and common values. We have a dedicated WhatsApp group to refer business resources to each other. And we meet once a month online to update each other on our businesses and our needs and promotions, like what we're doing today. And every 2 months, we actually meet in person. We are working on our Buddhist business directory and upgrade. And of course, we connect businesses with our Buddhist communities, community centers. So now Brother Fong is coming in. So let's go to the members introduction, and those have slides. We go by the slides, and then later on we just call out the names. All right. So we have 30 seconds. So my name is Vuti. Basically, I focus on tours and travels into Cambodia and doing a bit of app development as well. So for today, because I'm developing a new app, mainly for learning of related to travel, but also for learning languages for traveling. So later I'll send out the link to you all. If you can help to test this. There's no bugs, got bugs, but no viruses. Okay, all right. So that's why we need testing. All right, thank you. And Leslie, over to you.
Okay, good evening, brother and sister. My name is Leslie Chong. So I'm a life coach. I use multiple tools to help people in different areas like Chinese astrology, feng shui, also weight loss and super conscious mind and property investment. So this month I'm looking for those who want to lose weight. So you can see the picture on the left is me on 2021. And now this right hand is January 2025. Lah. So I'm helping people looking for people who want to lose weight without any products, minimal exercise, and still can eat your usual favorite food, okay, and still get slim. So if you want to know more, you can contact me. So I have a program with my own system to help you to lose weight. Thank you.
Thank you. So we go to Liu. Liu, are you ready? And then followed by Yen Tong. If not, we go to.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Liu Keng Yu. I'm having a clinic in Ampang, Kuala Lumpur. I'm a registered licensed homeopathic medical practitioner. And I see patients from pediatrics to geriatrics and a lot of different ailments. So if you need any advice on your health condition, please contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. Yen Tong followed by Goldie. Yen Tong need to unmute.
OK，大家好，我叫远东，我现在在推广一个个人的财务管理的技巧啦，因为我们的方法能够将35年的房贷缩短成15年，放完贷款之后还可以保留180%的贷款的钱呢，也就是说，我们的房贷100万，还完贷款之后，我们还拥有100万的现金。这种财务技巧呢，没有涉及到任何的金融产品，也没有投资的风险，也不需要重新贷款或者出售房子。有兴趣的可以联系我了，谢谢。
Thank you. Goldie followed by Brother Jean and Sister Rosa.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Goldie here. I'm a holistic wellness coach. I'm working along with homeopathy doctors and naturopath practitioners, helping people in terms of immune system and also cellular detox. So this week, I'm looking for people who are suffering from side effects of vaccine, including skin diseases, heart issues, and also cancer. If you know anyone and they are looking for alternatives, kindly refer them to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Jean, followed by Sister Rosa. Need to unmute, Brother Jean.
Hi, Good evening. This is Gene Lim here, brother Gene rather, and I've been an entrepreneur for 40 years now, and intend to go on further. I've since expanded to Indonesia and also Vietnam. As an entrepreneur, my business is very wide-ranging because entrepreneurs we do business where there's money to be made, lah. So, but specifically, I'm more in the field of engineering. And particularly nowadays, we are focusing on smart devices. We're looking at remote monitoring, remote control, and also into the energy, the new energy field, especially hydrogen usage and also carbon reduction. These are the areas of the broad areas of my business that I'm in. In these three countries are basically Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So Rosa, followed by Shireen.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm Rosalie here. I'm a holistic health coach and a wellness entrepreneur. I run my Regen Global Wellness Hub in PJ, and you are welcome to visit me anytime and just make a call, and then we will be there. So I have 10 years of experience in wellness and natural healing. I help people transform health and vitality, and I mentor more than 2,000 health entrepreneurs. So my team now is in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Vietnam, and USA. So I have a nutrition, regeneration, and we talk about balance in life. So my approach is to bridge holistic healing with modern regenerative therapy. So we not only help people live longer, we help people live healthier and happier with medical professionals and health advocates. So we want to connect with people who are also looking to into professional passionate about health and wellness and community. So let's explore meaningful collaboration together. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosa. Shireen, followed by Al Chan.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. I'm having an issue with my video, so I will just pass it to Brother Chan. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm El Chan. I'm from Kuala Lumpur. Basically, I'm a talent scout, always looking for people for acting in TV commercial, online videos, movie dramas. So anybody who got free time and can send the even babies right up to elderly people, whoever, for acting. And the acting can also generate you part-time income and all that. So currently, I'm looking for China people who can speak the slang, and by either male or female around age 23 to 40. So it's a shoot on the 31st or 30th of August. And it's got a good remuneration, 1,000 over for about 3-4 hours job. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So Shireen, not Shirlene, Shireen, followed by Jim Hua. Shireen, you there? Otherwise, we move to Jim.
Brother Wuti, you mean me?
Yes, Jim Hua. Yes.
Yeah. Hi, brother and sisters. Good evening. Yeah. Basically, I am in engineering. Also almost the same field as Brother Jin Lim in energy and some other things. Lately, I'm much more active in data centers. I have basically designed my own patented products to sell to data centers as well as hydrogen fuel cell. There's another company doing that, also patented, and selling to Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand as well. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. So Cheng Tuan, followed by Brother Loy.
Hi, good evening, brother and sister in the Dharma. I'm Ang Cheng Tuan, or you can call me ACT in short. I'm dealing with something that everyone will need every morning, and that is sanitary wares and fittings, toilet bowl that you need every morning. You will need shower, jacuzzi if you like to. Okay. I'm from Sorrento. I'm in the company for more than 15 years, in the industry more than 20 years. So I'm doing with projects. So you developers who are looking for toilet bowls, sanitary wares, and fittings, please look for me. We have range from low to high. Tell us your budget and we can meet.
Thank you. So, Brother Loy?
Yeah, brother and sister, I'm involved in a chiropractic business. My chiropractor both are certified in Australia and Malaysia, and our center is based in Cheras Business Center. So if anyone have neck and back pain, or nerve and joint pain, scoliosis, or anything to do with pain, can contact us. Our setup is Australia-based. Thank you very much, brother and sister.
Thank you. Jessica Loke, followed by Jane. Jessica?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Look from Seremban. I'm a property developer. Thank you.
Thank you. Jane, followed by Joe.
Sorry, do you mean Jane Chu?
Jane Chiu, yes, there's only one Jane here.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Jane Chu, and I'm a AI strategy coach, and I run AI business model innovation workshop regularly. So anyone, if you're interested to know what AI is, yeah, you can contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. Joe? Joe never answered, I think. So we move on to Joe. Christy?
Good
Sister
evening,
Christy.
everyone. Hi, brothers and sisters. Okay,
Evening.
I'm doing trading business, so I send goods to Australia as well as China as well now. And then now I have a platform also where everyone can join in and have freebies. It's called a My Kawan platform where you can post your jobs because we have about 250,000 members of B40 inside. So you can actually post your job or whatever you want to post inside, like post your articles or whatever. You can contact me if you all want to do any tie-up. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Chan Kwan Heng, followed by Yuan or Yun. Brother Chan? Chan, you there? You have to speak. I think his internet is not good. Later when you fix your internet, you can come back in. So, Yuan?
You mentioned me, right? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Yes. Hi. Hi, I'm John and I am from Myanmar, not a local. Now I'm studying in MT, Master of Business Administration, and I will graduate by this year. Before I came here, I worked in multinational company like Coca-Cola and Unilever in planning and marketing. Yes. So I just know uh, I just got invited to attend this session. So this is the first time here. Nice to meet you all. Yeah.
Thank you. Chan, can you fix your microphone? Chan Kwan Heng.
Brother Woody, sorry. Kenneth here.
Ken. Oh, Kenneth, okay.
Basically, I have a bakery, which I do mostly online. So it's an artisan bakery where we bake according to sugar, natural ingredients, and so sourdough.
Okay. Yeah, internet not very good, but he's baking in pastry. All right. Thank you. So Brother Fong followed by Irene Low. Fong, Brother Fong.
Hi, from Sabah. Just joining just to catch up with members. Basically, I'm doing some consulting and business matching. Thank you.
Thank you. From Sabah. Irene. Need to unmute.
Oh, yeah. Hello, I'm Irene Low, and I'm in the real estate business. I'm a negotiator, and I specialize in sub-sale and auction properties in KL and Selangor. So I hope anybody can refer your contacts to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Did I miss out anybody? Because a lot of people. Okay, if I have, just yell out your name. If not, we'll continue on. We'll move on. So we've done the members care. So now we'll move on to the main topic. Today's presentation. So we'll be talking about, are you trapped in a price war? And how to beat your competitors. So Yvonne is our speaker. We're honored to have her to speak for us with us today. And Yvonne has 18 years experience in ESG, sustainability, and corporate strategy. She delivers coaching, training, workshops, and help organizations align with UN Sustainable Development Goals and ESG framework. Her experience spans across industries such as F&B, manufacturing, retail, financial services, and healthcare. She is definitely qualified to give us some pointers on how to escape the price war with positioning. So welcome, Yvonne, and I hand over to you. Thank you.
All
So
right. Thank you, Uti. Yes. All right. Thank you. You can hear me well, yes?
Yes.
So let me try to share my slides. Okay, just give me 1 second.
So we'll do a 20 minutes and then after that Q&A. Thank you.
Let me see if this works.
Yep, it works.
Okay, awesome. All right. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. So thank you so much, Wuti, for inviting me for today. And it's really, I'm really pleasure, and also it's a humbling experience to be here, because I can see there's a lot of entrepreneurs that's been here for have been in entrepreneurship for a long time. And today I'm here to share my own experience, working with my clients on how to escape the price war, especially with positioning. Okay. Again, my name is Yvonne Au Yong. So I specialize in ESG and strategy advisory. So thank you for having me. But before we start, I want to again say thank you to Uti. So who thinks that he has done a great job organizing us, please type me below. Yeah, so I can see that I can check whether my chat group is working. So if you think that Uti has done a great job, Uti and team has done a great job. All right, great. Okay, so before we start, can we agree on something? Yeah, I would love that you keep this responsive, like how you're just doing right now. Yeah, because you help me gauge better whether my point is getting through, and also it also helps I think with our overall learning. Okay, so thank you very much for that, and do respond quickly, because I think I have a very short time, and I'm excited to share a lot of stuff. So hope to go as quickly as I can. All right, so this background, I wonder if you all find this really, really like familiar. Okay, how many people think that their industry is going through a price war, right? Type a dollar sign, type a dollar sign. If you feel that your business is having a price war, type a dollar sign. Yeah, okay, thank you. I think Jean mentioned, yep, let's stay in touch. Connect you later. Okay, great. And how many people feels really sick and tired of your customers asking for discount? Type me. Really sick and tired asking your customers asking for discount. You have 10 years of experience doing what you do. You know, you when you speak to them, even though you used 1 hour of your time, but you actually have 20 years of experience behind you, but yet they're still asking for a discount, right? So who is sick and tired? All right. So I think a lot of people have mentioned me, right? So I've got a question. When you, let's say today you want to buy an LV bag and you go into the LV store, do you ask the salesperson for a discount, right? Who thinks they will ask the salesperson for a discount? Is it a yes or no? No. Okay. If anybody type yes, I will give you a thumbs up. You're really, really brave, right? Why? Because when you go into the store and you're scanning through all the products, guess what? The salespeople, all of them are also scanning through you from head to toe. Why? They want to gauge whether you're going to be a good paying customer. They can sell a lot of things to you or not, right? But you will feel extremely intimidated by them. So you feel really paiseh to go and ask them for a discount, right? But why? When we go into a different, let's say we went to the, you know, Chichongkai, and we saw a bag that we like, or when we went to Chatuchak Market in Thailand, but we will ask for a discount, right? So why is there a difference? And that's what we're going to talk about today, all right? So just a bit of my background. I think Wuti has shared earlier, so I won't go much into details. Basically, I've been in the space for 18 years, so I'm not as young as I think I look. And I've been in many different industries. I've served MNCs, government, SMEs across different kind of industries, whether it's service, manufacturing, and so on, right? So I've also, last year, been invited to speak in RTM to share about my thoughts about the budget at that time from an ESG and SME angle. I also do business coaching, so this is my client. So write regularly about ESG in the Nanyang Sampao. Okay, so that's just a bit about myself. I don't talk so much about myself, I want to talk about the topic, right? So today I'm going to cover 3 things. Why does price war happen? Secondly, what is positioning? And thirdly, how you can find your positioning, okay? So if everybody is okay with this topic, please type 1. Right? If everyone is okay with covering these 3 things, please type 1. Okay, great. So let's try to imagine this. Now you have decided that, okay, you know, because we want to save the environment and my office is kind of near. So from now onwards, you know, I would like to start walking to work every day. Just a half a kilometer, I will start to walk to work every day. Okay, so all of you are going to start to walk to work every day, assuming that it's very near your house. Okay, and you want to buy a shoes. Okay, so if you see this shoe, let's do some shopping. If we see this shoe, how much will you pay for this shoe? Please type your answer. How much will you pay for this shoe? Okay, I see Wuti and Coach Rosa has a very similar idea, maybe 19, 20. Wow. Aichan has a bigger budget, 60 ringgit, actually 59.99 ringgit. Okay, 30, 60. Okay. Wow. Okay. Liu will give 99 for this shoe. All right, great. So most of you would pay somewhere between 90 to 60 ringgit, okay, on average, right? 19 to 60 ringgit on average. Okay, how about now, if we see another shoe next to it, okay, and it's this blue shoe, how much will you pay for this blue shoe? How much will you pay for this blue shoe? Okay, some people said 50. Okay, very similar from the same answer as earlier, 40. Okay, some of you up your budget already. Okay, now this is blue color, my favorite color maybe. That's why I pay 139. Wow, okay, so you can see the price range has increased a little bit. Okay, so for those who increase their budget, why do you increase your budget? Why do you increase your budget? Willing to pay more for B instead of paying for A, you know, which is a lower price? Yeah, share with me your thoughts. Okay. Looks nicer. Okay, so some people think it looks nicer. All right, great. And then now I'm going to give you a third option. Okay, how about this option? Don't forget, you'll be wearing this shoe, you know, every day to work, right? And of course, you can change at work, but you're going to work, walking to work, you will be wearing this shoe. Okay, who can recognize what brand is this? Who can recognize what brand is this? Okay, awesome. Thanks, Christy. Yeah, ECT and Jean also got it right. Not Jean not buying. Okay, no Nike for Jean. All right. So, for those who say this is a Nike shoe, how much will you pay for a Nike shoe, or how much do you think normal consumers are willing to pay for a Nike shoe? Just do it. Yes, just walk with the Nike shoe to work. Just do it. Okay, minimum 200. Okay, Yun is an experienced buyer in Nike shoes. Wow, we have also a lot of experienced buyer out there. 200 to 500 ringgit. Okay, so suddenly, don't you think that A and C is actually very similar, but suddenly with a small tick and on the side and the top, we are willing to pay 200 to 500 ringgit. This is almost 10 times more, from earlier. Some people are only willing to pay 50 ringgit, right? So what has changed? What has changed between A, B, and C? What has changed? Can you share with me? Why is it that suddenly you're willing to pay so much, like 10 times more for C? Can you share with me? Brand. Okay, great answer. Great answer. Great answer, Chan. Because C is branded shoe, right? So what does branded? It's not just because it's a branded shoe, but it is the reason behind the branded shoe. When we wear it, okay, maybe because it is a branded shoe, we trust that, from all the advertising, this is a shoe for athletes, right? When we wear it, definitely we can have better performance. We are not so tired when we walk. Maybe you find it more comfortable. Maybe elevate your status because you're wearing this shoe to work. A lot of people will be, you'll be seen by a lot of your colleagues and even your clients. So maybe you want a better shoe. It looks cool. It's black. It's kind of professional. So you may think that, all right, so that's why I would choose C. After all, I'm going to use it for a long term. Then you think $500 divided by 12 actually is very affordable. Then suddenly you found the keyword is, what's the keyword? What do you find? You found the, start with a V. Not booty, yeah? Start with a V. What is that word? Yeah, because brand, emotional, image, all of this that Leslie has mentioned, brand, emotional, image, quality, and performance. All of this is value. Okay, well done for those who answered value. Okay, so we found value, and that's the reason why we will buy a branded product. We trust that it will help us increase our personal value because we can relate to it, and that's why I paid it. All right, but Nike also have a lot of competitors, right? Who are Nike's competitors? Who are Nike's competitors? Right, we have answers already. Adidas. Some people will say Skechers, Puma. Some people will say maybe it's Reebok, but actually Reebok not really, not the same category. Okay, so Adidas, unless it's able to further differentiate itself, it will compete in that market, right? The more premium shoe market, right? So now I have another proposition for you. Maybe instead of A, B, or C, you can actually choose the next option, which is D. Okay, who will choose D? Who will choose D? Type me. Who will choose D? Type me. Okay, nobody will choose D. Why? Because it looks like slippers, is it? Nobody will choose D. Oh, seriously, nobody choose D, man. Okay, but how about this? I play a video for you. Okay, who wants to watch a video? Type 1. Who want to watch a video about this? Type 1. I play a video for you and see whether you change your mind or not. Okay, awesome, huh? All right, so play it right now.
Shift Robotics Moonwalkers are cutting-edge AI electric shoe skates designed to revolutionize.
Before I continue, can you confirm that you can hear the sound? Okay, great. So let's continue.
Outdoor mobility. With intuitive foot-activated gestures and adaptive AI technology, these skates empower users to walk faster, cover more ground, and navigate urban environments with ease. Experience hands-free operation and precise movement, allowing you to effortlessly switch between movement and stationary modes. Unlock enhanced speed and range, reaching your destination up to 2.5 times faster than normal walking speed, while confidently tackling various terrains and obstacles along the way.
Wow, who thinks that they want this shoe right now? And guess what's the name of this shoe? Did you hear what's the name of the shoe? Got a very superstar name. See, Christy, just now, no, everyone said, nobody said they want it. And suddenly now Christy said, I want. Amazing. Oh, but only Christy said she wants. Imagine you are able to increase the speed by 2.5. It means that if you take half an hour to walk to somewhere, it's now 15 minutes. If you take 15 minutes, now it's only 7.5 minutes. Okay, so you can see who is more progressive in our group, willing to try new things. Okay, Leslie still prefer to try normal shoe. So it is true in the market, even we offer something new that is that's totally not in the market before, but some people may not be ready, but they will have their own target market, right? So there will be people willing to pay higher. Guess how much is this shoe? Can you all guess? Guess how much is this shoe? 999. Yeah, the 999 is very close, but it's 999 USD. Okay, Malaysian ringgit. And that 999 USD is also after discount. The normal price is 1.4 thousand USD, and it's about 6K of Malaysian ringgit. Okay, so we may or may not be their target customer, but anybody who's interested in this, there is no other place to buy, no other brands to buy except for this brand. So what they have done, they have created a blue ocean for themselves. They have created a space where nobody can compete with them, that when they go and compete in the market and anybody have these needs to want to look cool, to want to arrive earlier and have the budget, then they are already the taiko, right? Nobody can compete with them. And that's what we hope to achieve for every of your brand.
Shift
right?
robotic.
Okay. So in conclusion, every business is a transaction of, okay, try to fill in the blanks. So every business is a transaction of, okay, just to recap, every business is a transaction of great value. Thanks, Jean. All right. So your customers are asking for discount, usually because they have not yet perceived your product as having enough value, or they don't trust you enough yet. Okay. Usually it's not that your product has no value. It's not that you have no value. Some people, kind of the product that they're selling is themselves if they are in the service line, right? So it's not that your business, your company, or your product or yourself has no value. It's just that you haven't reached the tipping point where your customers feel the value that you are giving. Okay, so that's the key point, right? And in order to give better value, we need to work on our positioning. At the same time, there's a time where people are not buying even though we have a positioning. It could be because there is a lack of trust. They don't really trust that what you claim you are is what is who you are. So in that case, then you need to use branding to counter that. But because in the interest of time, today I'm more going to be focused on the value part, okay? All right, so moving to the second part, what is positioning, all right? So positioning is not what you do to a product, it's what you do to the minds of the prospect. Okay, this is shared by one of the pioneer in positioning. His name is Jack Trout, right? So it's like when you talk about positioning, right, it's like taking up a position or a territory in your brain. Okay, so let me just use some examples to illustrate. Okay, so can you see the screen? So can you answer me? What do you think is this product on the screen? What do you think is the product on the screen? Come on, give me some feedback. Okay, awesome. Okay, toothpaste. All right. So this toothpaste, every time when you think of a toothpaste, what brand do you think about? I know you all have heard this example many times, but entertain me, okay? Just come along. What do you think of, what brand do you think about when every time someone says toothpaste? Colgate, Dali, Colgate, right? A lot of people think Dali and Colgate. You know what? This question, almost, I can be certain, whenever it's asked to you, almost 8 or 9 out of 10 times you will answer the same thing. I also know the existence of Dali and Colgate. I both also have used, but every time in my life, when someone asks this question, I always answer Colgate. In fact, I replace the toothpaste word with Colgate, just like people call it Pampers instead of diapers, right? Yeah. Why? Because for toothpaste, the first time I associated with it in my life, it already took up the territory in my brain, okay, for toothpaste. So in the territory in my brain called toothpaste, there's already a pin and a mark there that says Colgate. So no matter how many times that positioning is something like Colgate have built a fort on that territory, even Dali try to come in and kick it and whatsoever, they cannot take over that position in my mind, right? I will say I want to go buy Colgate, but actually I went and buy a different brand, it may be, but I will still think that Colgate is actually toothpaste is actually Colgate, right? Right. So does it mean that, and that is the power, okay, when it comes to positioning, and there's one thing you absolutely need to know, which is being the number one, okay? Being the number one in that category. The category can be a big category, like a overall toothpaste, or it can be a subcategory, like children's toothpaste, or something like that, right? So it's very important for us to, for whatever category that is now not yet taken by another competitor, you go and take that territory. But careful, if in the market that you choose to target, there's already another competitor taking up that, then it is not a good idea to take up that territory, right? Because no matter how you fight, you spend a lot of marketing dollar, you do a lot of things, but it's very hard to derail that in people's mind. That's a little to do with psychology, okay? But does it mean that you cannot enter the toothpaste market now, right? Well, the later entrant is another toothpaste called that is for sensitive tooth. Okay, so what is the name of that sensitive toothpaste? Okay, I see the answer. Christy mentioned Sensodyne. Okay, that's right, that's right. So instead, if Sensodyne went in and then just talk about toothpaste, they may not win any market. But when they go in there, they really emphasize it. They actually have doctors, the dentists and so on to promote that it is the best toothpaste for sensitive tooth. For sensitive tooth, they already win that market, because when now next to your brain, apart from your Colgate or Dali or Himalayan, next to it now, there is actually a territory called sensitive toothpaste next to toothpaste, right? So every time you brush your teeth, your gums start to bleed. What's the first thing you do? You go and find Sensodyne is actually good for me. Even Dali comes out, even if Dali comes out with a sensitive toothpaste, even if Colgate comes out with a sensitive toothpaste, you won't buy it because they don't specialize in that. So in this case, every time sensitive toothpaste, guess who is the winner? Who is the boss? Who is the psycho? Definitely it's Sensodyne. Okay, so this is just to illustrate how positioning works. Okay. This other one, I'm not going to go into detail, but you look at this picture, okay? What can you see? What is this thing that we are looking at? If you have to call it this product, okay? Some people MACD, all right? A lot of MACD fans here, okay? Awesome. All right, so it can be McDonald's, but you know what? It can also be KFC. KFC also is red in color, right? And then what? KFC and McDonald's both also have the similar thing. They both have either Pepsi or Coke. They both have rice. They both have burgers. They both have chickens. They both also have nuggets, right? But when you want to eat burger, where do you go? If you have kids, where do you go? McDonald's. If you want to eat chicken, then you will go for KFC, right? Actually, the menu is 80-90% the same, but they are going at different positioning. That's why you go there for different purpose, and then they attract different crowd. Okay, so hopefully this is helping you to understand about positioning, and most importantly is first mover advantage. You must be the first to claim that category that nobody has claimed yet in your market. Okay, if you cannot claim a big category, try to find niche or sub niche category. But whatever you claim, you must make sure it meets certain criteria. Okay, which I will talk about later. Okay, so to conclude, it is not to compete in price. In order to not to compete in price, then you need to win in strategy. Okay, and positioning is part of strategy, right? So a lot of people confused. Well, I have strategy, right? You know, I have got this plan, so on and so forth. But don't get confused strategy and planning. Okay, they are separate things. Okay, strategy is making sure you have an idea when you go in. It's just like Chor Tai Ti. If you have double cards or whatsoever, you based on the cards that you have, you decide how you can win the game. Okay, so what are some of the questions that you can ask yourself in order to get a winning positioning? You should ask yourself, why should people buy from you and not from your competitors? And then secondly, if you want to provide something of value, right? You want to provide something of value, then people need to pay for it. So, but if you solve a small problem, then you're paid small. If you solve a big problem, then you can charge higher, right or not? So you must think, what is the big problem, the big pain that your customers need to solve that you are solving better than all your competitors, right? And third, where is the place that you can win your own playing field? What type of customers, who loves you a lot, and you also love them a lot. You really love to serve them. And then why, when you and another competitor goes in there, for sure you will win hands down because you are the tyco in that category, right? So so that is for positioning. Okay, I just want to know who is still following me. Okay, do you find this valuable? If you find this valuable so far, can you please type 1? Okay, please type 1 if you find this valuable so far. Okay, great. Okay, then in this case, I can continue. Yeah. I understand that we have a tight time, so I'm trying to cover more. All right, so now I'm in the last part. It's about finding your positioning. Okay, finding your positioning, you can look into these 4 different circles and then find the sweet spot in the middle. Okay, so I've been doing strategy and positioning for my clients for a long time, and then there are similar, I guess, there are similar frameworks out there, but this is something that I put together based on my experience and my own processing of all different kind of framework and my experience. Okay, so first is to look at what you are best at. Think about what is the unfair advantage that you have over all your competitors. Right? A lot of people, when they think what they are best at, they always think about skill. My skill is that soft skill, I'm good at this. Hard skill, I know this technical, engineering, blah blah blah. So a lot of people think of strength as skills. Okay, yes, that is one of it. You're right. However, think also about your track record. Means all these years, is there a pattern to your track record? Is there certain type of customers that always tend to come back for you and you serve a lot? 80-20 rule, is there a lot of products that you are selling a lot? So that will help you figure out what's your strength. Is there a unique tech, a patented thing that you are introducing that all your competitors don't have access to, right? How about network, right? Your network is your net worth, right? So if you have access to a certain network because of your background, because of where you went to school and so on and so forth, the other people don't have, then that is also one of your strengths, okay? Secondly is, there is a market gap. Okay, market gap means that nobody is serving that market. It's a blue ocean, right? Or there are people serving it, but nobody is outstanding. Nobody has branded and say that I take up this category. Nobody is doing well. Or it's been around, but there's been a lot of unresolved issue. For example, last time, taxi has been around a long time. Everybody takes taxi in one way or another. But every time you want to take a taxi, you already feel a sense of frustration. And stand in the hot sun, wave them down, then have to negotiate with them, haggle with them. And when you go in, got bad smell and so on, and then it might be even unsafe, right? And then in the midway, suddenly they increase price. So this issue has been there for 20, 30 years until Uber and Grab entered into the market and then finally solve an unsolved issue, right? So that's how they're able to position themselves. Anything that is there is a very little substitute. Substitute means that like now I can eat rice, right? Chicken rice, whatsoever rice. But let's say there's no more rice in the market. The next substitute is noodles, right? So if your business doesn't have another thing that is a similar substitute, then it also means that there is a good market gap. Next one is make economic sense, means that people are willing to pay for this, right? Or maybe there's not so much people, but the market gap earlier that we say is big enough, okay, is accessible market is big enough, there's enough customers there for you to serve over a long term, and then the profit margin is actually very high. So you may not do volume, but you're able to still capture the market and make a good handsome profit, right? And how about long-term growing market? It is not a sunset industry, right? Market is big enough, replicable model. That means whatever you choose to do, this thing is scalable, replicable. That means after you do the first version, then it's very easy for you to open the same thing in many, many different territories and just replicate it, right? And align to market trends. So what is aligned to market trends? So maybe in the chat group, you all can share with me, what are the key market trends right now? What are the key market trends right now? Just now I saw Jane has a specialization. AI, awesome. Yep, AI is a key trend. What else? Decarbonization, yes. What else? ESG, decarbonization, AI. AI is everyone's favorite market trend, right? And then there's also aging population, which means that health and wellness is also a key market trend, right? So all of these market trends, right? So if your business is related to this key market trend, that's also going to contribute to that sweet spot, right? And finally, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about actually usually aligns back to your company's purpose. What is the company's purpose for existence? What's going to be meaningful for you and your team and your staff to continue to invest time, invest effort for your investors, and driving so many people to achieve, to create this product? What's the big problem is trying to solve? Usually this thing about passion has to be something altruistic. Means it's not about making money, okay? It's not like I have passion to make money. It's not about that. It's something you really like to do. You won't mind doing for free because you find it so meaningful. It will change the world. It will contribute to humankind. It's a bigger picture and a bigger purpose, right? So if you marry all of these four things together and find the thing in common in the middle, that is likely going to be the best positioning, that you can identify. And then you put it into the workable business model, and then that's how you start to build a strategy. Okay, so All right, so let's see, obesity is a trend. Okay, great. All right, so okay, who find this chart very useful? Okay, who finds this chart useful? Can you please type 1? Can you please type 1 if you find this chart useful? Okay, great, great. And I hope that you can use this chart in your own individual businesses, okay, to find your positioning. Okay, of course, there's many more other ways, but because of limited time, that's the only one that I can share, right? So again, today I've covered what does price war, why does price war happen, what is positioning, and then how you can find a positioning. Okay, all right. So one more guessing game. Anyone know this guy? Okay, anyone know this guy? Can. I will snapshot that one and then I will pass to Vuti, then can send to you all. Okay. Yes. Lao Tzu. A lot of people think that this is Lao Tzu. Okay. So based on internet search, this is the imagination of how Sun Tzu looked like. Okay. So the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Right? So it means that the highest form of strategy isn't about winning each battle. It is winning without needing a fight. Right? So 兵法知己, right? In Chinese, they say 兵法知己,不是百战百胜. A lot of people think it's all about 百战百胜, right? Win every war, but it's not. It's actually 不战而胜, no need to fight. People feel like, wow, you are the king, queen, I better don't enter a market. I'm actually intimidated by you. I better don't put resources there because you're already so strong, right? And then that's how you win a war. And you also put less resources because you are not, you put resources, she put resources, everyone fighting on the same piece of thing. And then actually the one who is actually getting most of it is the 渔翁之利, right? The customer will see, oh, you're fight, that's why the price keep going low, right? So in your business, I will summarize is that start to think what is the value that you have not created or you have not well communicated. When we say communicated, it needs to be communicated congruently. Means that the way it looks, you think of your 5 senses, the way it looks, the way it smells, the way it the way you touch it, you know, all of this must be congruent to your positioning, right? If you show that, oh, for example, this is a green product, but actually it's just green in one way, but you know there are reports that you're actually, you know, throwing rubbish into the river, things like that. So it's not congruent. So your brand people don't trust also. So even you think you have a positioning, but people don't trust your brand, it also won't work, right? Okay, so with that, I end my presentation. Before we go to Q&A, maybe okay, we can just spend 1 minute. Can you share with me what are your key takeaways today? Okay, I'd like to know what you have learned today. What do you like about my presentation today? And then level up, okay? Because I also like to level up. So I'd like to learn, you know, what has been useful for you today. Can you please share in the chat group? I just give you, you know, half a minute maybe. What comes to mind? What were your key takeaways from my presentation today? How can you escape the price war? Oh, thanks, Jean. Really humbled to hear from your feedback. Okay, brand positioning. Okay, you really like the engagement level. Yes, hope they have longer time. Because I started my presentation timing earlier, so when our meeting started, so I'm not so sure how much time I have. Okay, great. So everyone, thank you so much. Maybe now we can do questions. Sorry, Vuti, I'm not so sure if I exceeded any time.
No, it's okay. We can have 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A. You can unmute yourself and just talk directly. Thank you.
Hi, Yvonne.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
How you
Can
want to
I
go
call
ahead?
you Chan?
L Chan, not AI,
L
not
Chan.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Not
thought you're the
AI.
advanced Chan. Okay.
Yeah,
L
a lot of
Chan.
people mistaken me as AI in the internet. When I come
You
into
know,
Zoom.
you
Yeah.
know what? Make this your positioning, then people cannot forget your name.
Yeah.
There's only one AI Chan here, but actually it's L Chan. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I'm asking you for commodities, how you position ourselves, because it's always like a price war, no? So for example, like go in selling chicken or you're selling whatever fish, you're going to the market and you always fight on price. So how do you position yourself to be something different than Blue Ocean?
I think it's a very, very good question. Yeah, thank you for the question. Some people think that maybe firstly, really commodities is harder to differentiate, especially when the function of it is very similar like one from another. But there's still always going to be a difference, right? Let me give you an example. today, what is the most basic commodity? Sometimes even free. Okay, that thing is water. But can water be differentiated? Can it have its own positioning? What do you think? What do you think?
Yes.
Maybe you can reply in the group chat or okay, yeah. Someone said yes. So what is the differentiated water that you are willing to pay $7 to $12? What is the name of that brand? Magic water. Yeah, some people sell magic water.
Starbucks.
What's that?
Starbucks.
That one is coffee, not water.
Hydrogen water. More expensive.
Yeah, you see, some people manage to do hydrogen water. And then some people do magic water. That means even somebody in the temple, I don't know which temple, I'm not talking about Buddhist temple, but some temple, put something and then say this magic water, go and drink. Some people still willing to pay exorbitant price and feng shui or whatever and pay and drink it. So yeah, they manage to come up with a positioning, can heal a soul, right? What else? Alkaline water, halal water. How about Evian water? Evian water is probably similar as a lot of bottled water, but they manage to come up with positioning. Some people only drink Evian water, right? Because they find that it has the credibility and they care about health. And you think most of us, 90% of us won't buy, but there will be that 10-20% of them is willing to pay, right? So when it comes to things like fish and so on, maybe it's the origin of the fish. Maybe it's about how it's as a lot of people like to talk about common things, right? It's very fresh, right? I'm not so sure what other descriptions, right? You can also start to think of something opposite, that may be relevant, right? I'll just give you an example. Shoes. This is also a slipper. Okay, there's this slipper. It's a common thing. Everyone may wear slipper, and you don't pay much money for it. But then one person came up with the idea to promote it as one of the squishiest, softest shoe. When you wear it, it's like stepping on poop. It's as squishy as stepping on poop. So it has a fun element there. And everyone keep thinking, wow, stepping on a shoe that feels like stepping on poop is like squishy and nice. I want to put my feet into that shoe and test and see and how comfortable it is, right? And then with a lot of endorsement, and people also think, yeah, I also feel like, yeah, it's like, they call it in Chinese 才质感. So that's in shit, right? Yeah, so there is definitely an angle. You have to find the angle. Okay, hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you, Woody. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Lloyd.
Yeah, okay. I'm a micro SME dealing with chiropractic business. So a micro SME, how can we do positioning? And then we are not selling a product. If a cocket, if the toothpaste, people can see it. So this kind of services, how should we do our positioning?
Sorry, you mentioned that you are a physio, is that right?
Chiro.
Chiro.
Chiropractic.
Yep. Okay, let's say if you continue to be a solopreneur, right, as like yourself, you can think of it from a couple of angles. Sometimes, right, your weakest point can be your strongest point. Sometimes your weakest point can be your strongest point. So for example, a factory operating a long time is really run down and so on, right? Then you go in there and then it's like not modern. All the other factories are already, let's say they make a certain kind of product. Maybe they make popiah, they make pia that you package and all those things. So a lot of places already, it's very advanced using the machine and stuff like that. But this one is like, very traditional, using a lot of old auntie and whatever. So that seems like their weakness. But for that company, they can also reposition and say, wow, this is the most, like, let's say 50-year shop, 5 generation, still using hand, and this is the same formula as they did 50 years ago, and so on. And then they will find that special positioning, and then they summarize it in their positioning statement and tagline and so on, and story and all this thing to attract people, right? In the end, your positioning, when you find it, you need to use emotional element to tie people with it. So for sure, in your service, I know you mentioned that it's not exactly the same as a product. I can give you another service example. I've also read about, as this taxi driver. Okay, he makes his service really, really, really special. So much so that he has actually no time to take any other ad hoc clients because all his clients are accumulated and everyone just goes back to him, right? So what does he do? The first time you step into his car, you will find that he is very different. He act like he is your personal butler or driver, okay? Firstly, the car is very well kept, very shiny. Before you go in, you know, when he see you coming out, he already walk out of his car, open the door for you, not the boot to put your things, but the door that you're going to go in. And then he greet you nicely. Hello, sir. He wears a jacket, you know, formal suit, and then he makes you feel like $1 million. Right, so that is his way, his positioning. When you sit in there, he asks you, "Hey, may I know what music would you like to be played right now? We have classical, this. Then you know you can turn on the classical music if he prefer. And then you know, will you prefer to have a chat, or is this your first time, or do you feel that you know you prefer to have some peace and quiet? I can also play you know this peaceful music for you or whatsoever. So this whole person is like customized based on the customer. So he makes the experience very, very different. So I'm sure this is also applicable to Loy. Figure out what is that experience that you like your customer to have. If your experience is very simple, okay, register and come in, and then after that, what's your problem? And then you move on. So if this experience is going to be the same experience as I go to every chiropractor, then there's no differentiation, right? In my experience, I can go to anyone, then I will just sit there and say, since no differentiation, the only difference is price. Who's lowest price? Who's lowest price? Then you will always go for lower price. They will ask you for discount. But if your thing is very, very different, example, maybe some people only operate at night, right? Something like that. Operate at night. Normally we are very busy, so only at night we are free, and then you operate at night. And maybe that is your positioning, right? And lots of people will come. So there are many ways. For service, definitely is usually in experience. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
that
you.
helps.
Can
Yeah,
I
Thank
just
you.
sharing my
Yes.
Yvonne, what
Yeah,
about
Hi, Mr. Jin.
what about innovation as a form of positioning too? Because
Yes.
right now the technology is so fast changing, and what is yesterday is no more value today, or getting less and less value. So we constantly innovating, you know. So, but then too many people are living in inertia, too much in the comfort zone. So the challenge is to overcome the inertia and make sure that people innovate. So is innovation a form of positioning then?
It is partially because it's just a tool to you need to understand we need to figure out the value behind the innovation. Example, do you think there can be a situation where there is a business or a country where you know there's a lot of innovation, a lot of tech, and then there's a lot of high take up, and then the same tech is made available at a lower price in another country, but then people feel that yeah, I know you think that it can help us save ABCD and then we can cut human costs and so on, but to buy this tech, I hire all these staff, their pay is very low because in our country labor is actually very cheap. So even you have more tech, but they still think that never mind, I still use labor, because in the end they will still calculate ROI, right? So in the end of the day, when we say tech or using innovation, it's a great thing to differentiate, but we have to figure out probably what is the value behind this innovation. Are we trying to provide cost savings? And then if we say cost saving, is this cost saving compared to their substitute? Remember earlier on, one of the key points is a substitute. And if we say that, okay, maybe the value I'm providing is actually experience. So what is the experience that we can give that maybe a human cannot give? Let's say the alternative is human. Maybe human would not answer you like now. One of the key things that is working very well for AI is like the customer service, right? Why? Because the AI, this one, Jane is the expert. The AI can reply you immediately. Even 2 a.m. you're going to ask someone something. If it's wait for human, you have to wait next day and so on, and then you get missed out. But AI can immediately solve all your problem, answer all your questions. They can help you make decision very quickly on whether you want this service, and even can make booking, even can make payment immediately. But human, you have to wait until next day. And by the time they reply, you are busy, then there's a lag and so on. And after that, finally, you'll give up. Or maybe the human actually going to have a bad attitude. They're not patient. or they say, oh, 5 o'clock, I'm not working anymore. So there's then what is the value? So we have to figure out, is the value about convenience? Is the value about good, better experience? What is the problem we're trying to solve? I think it goes back to that. And once we know, we can either apply many methods, and one of the method definitely is innovation. And sometimes innovation may not be just about the system, let's say using technology. Sometimes innovation is about the process. It could be the customer experience that we innovated, and then this is the process and how people will go through. It can also be innovation of your business model, right? Like Airbnb is a totally different business model. Yeah, it's a tech, but it's not because of the tech. It's because it's a business model where you don't have to own any property. But then now you can marry two parties, one with a space to give away, and then another one who want to rent a place for short term, right? So they solve a problem. So because they solve a problem, then their innovation, which is the innovation of a business model, help them to gain a different positioning. Does it make sense?
Maybe I can elaborate what I'm trying to say as well to complement what you're saying. So I'm
Yeah,
based in
sure. I'd love to hear and learn.
and the biggest issue for me is the attrition rate. Singapore is just like a big vacuum cleaner sucking all our talents there. You know, because Singapore is the currency is very attractive. So in fact, this particular trip that I'm down here, I'm just going to sit down on a weekend and think about how am I going to take advantage of the fact that we are low cost. Not for Singapore to take advantage of us because we are low cost, but how we can take advantage because of our currency rate change, you know, differential. So you see, a lot of people are saying that, I don't know if I'm taking up too much time or not, okay? But tell me, Abuti, if I am. A lot of people are saying that, oh, we're losing the game to Singapore, you know, our staff are going. I'm telling myself, if I can somehow tweak the system in the sense that I can provide the service to Singaporeans from Malaysia, then I'm going to win the Singaporeans customers rather than the Singapore companies providing the customer itself, providing the service to the customer. It's not that we are not incompetent, we are as competent, if not more competent than the Singaporeans, because all the smart fellas in Singapore are Malaysians. You see? So how are we going to position ourselves to take the business in Singapore? This is my challenge. This is my positioning, and this is where I need to innovate in a way that I can take advantage of this, rather than being taken advantage of. As long as you pay your staff 3/4 of what they are getting in Singapore, they're happy, because the cost of living in Singapore is high and they're living in shit condition. You know, I've got staff who left me and go to Singapore. They share room, you know. They're getting the same dollar-to-dollar value. Singaporeans are really exploiting them. It's just that the exchange rate is what makes them want to go over. So, okay, fine, no problem. But I think I can crack this. So this is what I mean by innovation and positioning. Is kind of like, you know, rather than all you know, the whole psychology is we're losing to Singapore, we're losing to Singapore. I said no. Now, even with the LRT coming to Singapore, from Singapore to Malaysia, there's going to be a big exodus of Singaporeans going, Malaysians going to Singapore end of next year. Okay, because it's just 15 minutes to Singapore instead of now 3 hours. You see, so I go to Singapore and do my job, or get from Singapore to come over. So it's a question of where is the, you know, it's of course there's the taxation issue, the documentation, blah blah blah. So I have to find a way to do this. Then I can beat Singapore. In fact, I will be the king of the pound.
Yes. Okay, I think that's a great.
Yeah. So this is the thing, I'm thinking of. So I'm gonna spend one whole day talking to people on a Saturday from Singapore, Malaysia, you know, and then craft my strategy.
Awesome. I think that is a great sharing. Really a great sharing, and I think what
I like to have a dialogue with you as well. Maybe even engage you for our ESG and what have you.
Yeah, sure. Let's have a chat.
Okay.
Yeah, we're happy to also learn from you.
I came onto this forum because I hardly get involved. In fact, I have another one, but I give up that one to attend this. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Jean. Okay, we have time for one more question. If there is, let me know.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, Jim.
Yeah, Yvonne, Jim Hua here. I have a different set of problem. I do not have I do not have clients coming asking for discount and stuff like that because I design my own equipment. Designing is one thing, getting it certified is another. That's how you push the product to the market and position ourselves. And of course, I have clients coming over to us with cash and placing orders, especially with the boom of data centers. My biggest problem now is that getting those products out in time because they benchmark us, Malaysian factories. I have 2 factories, one in Subang, one in Sarawak, couldn't churn out the products fast enough. And they benchmark us against China manufacturers. And the problem China products cannot come in is because they are not certified and they're not validated, right? So of course, I have a few options on my hand, either to invest in a new factory, which is going to be costly, and I don't know, I'm not sure. Some people said data center boom could be only last 5 years, could be 10 years, could be 20 years, right? That's number one. Now, option number 2 for me is maybe I can subcontract out, but I am a little bit reluctant to go onto that route, mainly because I couldn't control the quality. And of course, my equipments are all very big and heavy. Expensive is one thing. It's about 15 to 20 tons, the lightest version. The heaviest version is about 40 to 50 tons. And they need to have a big space and that kind of capacity to churn out all those equipments. So yeah, so what is your take on this?
Okay, quite honestly, your question is probably requires more time to discuss because it's there's a lot of factors involved, right? And it doesn't seem like your problem is a positioning problem. So what is your current problem is actually a scaling problem. How do you actually scale and to also meet the demands of your client, right? Because in the long term, assuming you want to grow your business bigger and bigger, eventually you still have to figure out how are you going to scale, right? Whether it's another factory, whether it's about doing a JV, there are many, many different ways and it all has pros and cons. And also when it comes to competition and when it comes to positioning, which I didn't really say earlier, but when it comes to positioning, actually you need to not just study yourself. You have, like we cover all those different circles, right? You need to study the market. Means that you need to study what your other competitors are doing. So let's say today in the current situation, you are still having an advantage, right? Because no matter how, we still want to buy from you because there is some disadvantage on the Chinese side. But there may come a time where the Chinese figure out how to solve this credibility issue, certification issue, either by setting up a business in Malaysia, but through another person's name, then they have the funds, they can set up another factory and then compete with you, right? This may happen as well. So when that happens, then you may be, they will officially be your competitors. But until that time happens, then that's where you need to figure out how to solve this, the scaling problem, and then you need to figure out all your options. But if needed, we can have a chat. I can see how we can explore this further. But definitely there's no short answer to this because we have to study your industry and so on.
Good, thanks. I already posted my phone number over the group chat there. You can contact me anytime. I'm available over the weekdays anytime at your convenience. Yes, I have a really different set of problem. Same with maybe with Jean, but Jean said is correct. Singapore is like a big vacuum sucking away all the skill. Of course, I can invest in a few robotic welding machine and stuff like that, but there's so much that it can do. Nothing beats human skill. That's number one, right? Of course, what you said is true. China can come in and set up here, but I don't see it because it involves quite a big investment. As I mentioned, it's huge and bulky. It would not be cost effective for them to ship from China into Malaysia. That's why companies like Microsoft, Google's, and Amazon's, they are all ordering from me, and I've order book for the next 6 years, all fully, and my factory is running 24 hours. What I pity is my workers working 24 hours non-stop.
Yep. Let's have a chat and understand further. If I then after I understand, then I will see if there's any way I can help. Otherwise, I can see if I can point you to the right people who may be able to help you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Okay.
Jim, can I just say something?
Yes, sure.
Pardon my ignorance, but from what I gather from you, Well, you're right. Your scaling is the big issue, and you seem to be only just focused on the data centers, which is fine. You know, they're a big market, and you say you have up to 6 years, but there's a bigger market than even data centers, like battery energy storage. So if you can have a fuel cell, then there's no need for battery energy storage, I suppose. Right?
Yeah, Brother Jin, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm one of the pioneer of hydrogen fuel cell in Malaysia. I have one company.
Oh.
I am so short of staff after the MCO, because everyone knows about digital divide, but nobody knows exactly how serious the problem is until everyone is in lockdown, and students in Sabah and Sarawak have to climb up to the trees in order to have internet access.
Yeah.
And go online. We can sit down in our comfortable room or anywhere doing Zoom now, but that is not possible during MCO. And because of MCO, it opens up everybody's eyes, especially the education department. And that's why in Sarawak, they put up around 240 towers, because they are not going to wait for the government to do that. Sarawak state government has the ability and the financial means to do that on their own. And I couldn't supply fast enough, so I got fed up. They keep on pushing me, Sarawak Energy Berhad. I just sold off the whole company with the patents, with the equipments to them, because I couldn't cope up with that. And you mentioned about energy storage.
Into your business?
You mentioned about energy storage. I was into that with Pestec way back in 2018.
Yeah.
I also sold off that part of the business because I couldn't cope with that. Of course, why I'm into data center is because right now, this is the current trend right now, and that's where the money is. So I go where the trend is. Actually, I'm in automotive, I'm in oil and gas, I'm into all sorts of, just like your good self, Brother Jean. I would like to learn from you as well.
We learn from each other, but did you sell your patent to Pestec for the fuel cell, because they have one now?
They have one. I work together with one guy from Pestec. His name is Jiaxin. We are the one who jointly developed it. I can't say I own the patent to that, but after that, I set up another company to deal with a hydrogen fuel cell, and I sold that company to Sarawak Energy Berhad for quite a handsome profit. For energy storage, yes, I did sell to them.
Okay, Jean, we
Yeah,
have to wrap it up. It's very interesting. Maybe you can take it offline, all right, and connect
Thanks,
with each other. Okay. So if Yvonne, maybe let us know what is your next course or your next workshop. You have anything coming up?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you asked actually. And then me and Wuti didn't pakat, yeah. But Wuti previously asked me actually to share on ESG, but I thought that, for the benefit of everyone, because we have a lot of micro SMEs, so it's better to talk about positioning. But if you're interested to learn more about ESG, there's a short talk as well that's upcoming end of this month. The price is usually 99, but because we're doing a webinar and I'm partnering with Sun Merit, they also going to cover something about KPI. So if you are interested, feel free to join our session. This is the QR code. Feel free to join. It's also at night, so it's going to be convenient for everyone. It's on the 28th of August. So that's what's coming up for me. And I'm not so sure. Maybe later I'll send to Wuti to distribute if needed.
Can you send to me? I'll put into our IBBN group. All right.
Okay, thank you. And if you'd like to keep in touch with me, you can scan this little, you can take a picture, or you can scan this little dinosaur, and in there is my link tree with all my social media. Would love to especially get in touch with everyone on LinkedIn. Yeah. Okay, that's all for me, and I'll pass the time to Wuti. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really honored to be here today and share this space with everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Yvonne. And thank you all for participating. We've never had a crowd of 25 people staying until the end of the session. All right, so it shows it is very interesting, and also maybe we'll do a part 2 on this. And I've also screenshot and put Yvonne's contact into our WhatsApp group, so you don't need to worry about that. You can catch it in the actual WhatsApp group. All right, thanks. So we move on to the next part of the program. All right, so business updates, referrals, testimonials, connections, announcements, anything coming up from anybody, you can just unmute and say. All right, so while you're thinking, I just carry on. We had our 19th of July, we had our in-person meeting in Taman Mida in Cheras. So we had about 15 people. We had 3 speakers, Sister Wong on the wound dressing, Liu today on, he's with us today as well, homeopathy, and also Leslie on weight loss. Okay, so this is just some of the pictures. Share with you. All right. So any other updates from anybody else?
Okay, I think some of the here are new. So we have some WhatsApp group. So that we share information. So the IBBN WhatsApp group we open for everyone. So if those who are not inside the group, we can PM us, then we can add you in, either me or Brother Wuti to join in. So I think we'll be having the other session. I think all the information will be mainly posted inside the WhatsApp group. So do join us.
Okay, thank you. So let's wrap up by sharing merits. Leslie, over to you.
Okay, let's put our hands together. Okay, sharing of marriage. We hope that through this fellowship and collective effort, born our compassion, that we will be able to extend this benefit for the betterment and well-being of the community. May the merits accrued from this noble thought and effort be transferred to all our loved ones, our family, our teachers, our relatives, and departed ones. May we be well and happy always. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, thank you, Leslie, and thank you, Yvonne, and thank you all for participating. Our next corporate visit, tentatively 27th of September. We're still working out the details. All right, so maybe keep your calendar free on that day. All right. So again, thank you, everybody, and until we see you again, good night. If anybody want to stay around on and continue chit-chatting,